Wee! Oh, hello! How are you guys doing? It's beautiful outside. Not to mention it's Friday, and I'm off. So, this is a great day. However, this great day also means I need to review a great album. That way the day becomes even greater. So we're going to do that right now. What are we going to review? We're going to actually review something that just came out this past Tuesday, April the 12th. And I almost said February, which would be really hilarious considering it's like 70 outside, and I don't remember it ever being 70 in February in Pennsylvania. If it happened in your corner, well then you're a lucky asshole and I hate you. However, the album that we're going to be reviewing today is actually Wasting Light by the band Foo Fighters. Now, a lot of you metal guys out there that are subscribers of mine are probably thinking Foo Fighters. I'm used to him, covering albums such as Wasting Oxygen of the Damned by Fuck I'm Dead. But, no, we're going to do Foo Fighters today. Now, of course, with the Foo Fighters, this is their 7th record. It's their first album since 2007's Echo's Silence, Patience, and Grace, which gained them various accolades, not to mention they had 3 singles that went #1. And this is an album that really is supposed to be back to their roots. There's a very organic feel to it. It was supposedly, and you can see right on the sticker on the front where it was recorded in Dave Grohl's garage, and you actually get a piece of the original tape as a free gift. And if you go to FYE, you get a little FYE, or a Foo Fighters, yeah, FYE wristband. What a fucking great prize that is. But a Foo Fighters wristband that has the name on it. It's a little tight. It's kind of cool, but not something I'd probably use, but it's not the point. This is an 11-track affair that clocks in near about 48 minutes in length, and this is a album that I feel is chock full of potential single-worthy songs, and of course we already know that Rope has become a single ever since it first started launching on the radio. I heard this song about the middle of March and immediately was very hyped up about this record, and it definitely caused me to go back into my collection and listen to all the Foo Fighters that I had. Albums such as The Color and The Shape and There Was Nothing Left to Lose, and then I started to realize that, shit, I kind of let this band just sort of slip away from me. So, yeah, I had a little bit of catching up to do. We had a nice little catch-up period, and we ate a lot of stuff that had ketchup, like fries. However, Rope, whenever I first heard the opening riff to it, I had a feeling that it was the Foo Fighters, but it, for some strange reason, reminded me of something from a progressive alternative band, such as At the Drive-In. I don't know if it was just the melody or something, just the way that it started off. Maybe my mind was just completely fucked up on some sort of random energy drink that particular day. However, it just kind of gave me that little nuance, and it was something that never let me go. And the thing about this record is that while it is a return to their roots, and there's not really all that much of a real diversity here, it's not something that's going to be wildly expanding on the sound, the Foo Fighters sound. It's something where they do just enough where it does keep you really in tune with the particular music, not to mention keep you really interested. The 48 minutes on this particular record go by very quickly, and that's always a good thing. It's something where whenever I'm saying that a 34, 35 minute long record is very tiring, that's usually not good. Whenever 48 to 50 minutes go by really quickly and I feel like I'm losing gaps of time, whenever really I'm just really enjoying a record, that's a good sign. Now there are other songs that really remind me a lot of single-worthy songs. Another one would be Dear Rosemary, which is the track that directly follows Rope. I really enjoyed this song a lot whenever I listened to it. Our Leandra is track number 5, and one that definitely has more of an anthemic, real rocky sound to it that I could also see as a single, and actually it has been released as a single over in BBC One overseas, so, well, my wish came true. Back and Forth is another song. It's a little bit softer than the previous 2 that I had mentioned, but it does have a really catchy hook to it, and really good lyrics. I really enjoyed the song a lot whenever I listened to it. And then I Should Have Known, track number 10, kind of reminds me of what sort of like a little bit of harder edge ballad would sort of sound like. Definitely more of a, they call it arena rock style, but I really don't buy into that a whole lot because I think that this band is just straight up good old-fashioned alternative rock, good old-fashioned alternative goodness from the man that once worked with the legendary Kurt Cobain and Nirvana, Dave Grohl. This is an extremely strong release front to back. There's really not any song on here that feels really weak. Now, of course, there are songs that are not going to be quite as memorable as others, and that is certainly true on this particular album and is on exhibition. However, this is an album where the songs all feel like they do have their place on this particular release. and their strength is kind of levied upon personal opinion more so than upon the fact that it's just a poorly crafted song. I felt that on albums such as There Was Nothing Left to Lose, there were a couple tracks that just did not flow as nicely for me. There was a little bit more along the way of filler on that particular record, and the same was true with One by One. Color and the Shape is definitely the album that I have to go to if I want to think about the most perfect Foo Fighters release. The stack up with Wasting Light on the two that as the two that I really enjoy the absolute most during my recent retrospective, and that's just the absolute truth. Both of these really are very mirror images of one another, both in style but also in the fact that both of them, and Wasting Light is being included here, had very focused songwriting, and the songcraft is extremely well executed. It's very apparent on both of these records that the focus was there. It was very apparent that they were able to get very creative on these releases. I think on Wasting Light, like I said, it's not something that's going to be mildly, mind-expandingly creative. However, I think it does just enough to keep you into it, and keep you involved, and keep you interested. So overall, I got to give this release a strong 8.75 out of 10. Highly recommend this, especially if you're a fan of the Foo Fighters, or if you're just a fan of alternative music in general. coverkillernation saying, I'm trying to keep this as short as possible, because I want to go enjoy this weather. Peace.